Big news just dropped. The US is talking about 25% tariff on all imported automobile and automobile parts. And guess what? Who's getting hit the hardest? Ontario. If you live here, work here, or invest here, this would affect you. So let's break it all down, what this really means for the economy, jobs, real estate, and even your mortgage rate. Ontario is the only province in Canada that assembles cars at scale. We are talking about massive plants like Toyota in Cambridge, Honda in Alliston, GM in Oshawa, and Ford down in Oakville. A 25% tariff from the US, well, that's a direct blow to our manufacturing base. This is no joke. Plants could shut down not years from now, but in weeks if this keeps escalating. But on the other side, let's not hit the panic button just yet. Trump's policy moves very fast, just like him. By the time you're probably watching this, he could have changed his mind. This could be a one-week story, or it could drag on for a year, and it makes all the difference. Almost every car company that builds in Canada also builds in US already. So if the tariffs come in, they don't need to build new plants. They can just ramp up the production across the border. But the problem right now that the manufacturing industry is going to face is a lot of parts that goes into these manufactured cars are classified North American, which means, you know, the any part which is built in Canada or in US, they are not, because Canada and US has been almost doing free trade since World War II, which means it's going to be a nightmare for the companies to classify which part is from Canada, which part is from US, and which part is from Mexico. But onto the other side, they probably don't need 2 years to move on. They'll just need few months to retool, or maybe just put an extra effort in Kentucky or Alabama. So what does this mean for housing market, especially here for Ontario? Well, if this is short term, probably not much. But if it drags on for 6 months or more, expect a slowdown in buyers' confidence, especially in towns where auto jobs are dominating. And people don't sell their homes overnight. But if they're worried about layoffs, they're definitely not buying either. This could push Bank of Canada to cut the rates, and quickly. And some analysts are already talking about potentially 0.50% or even 0.75% rate cuts if the economy takes a hit. But there is a flip side. If Canada retaliates with counter tariffs, which most likely I think they would, that could bring back inflation, and that could mean the interest rates can go up later. In the end, it all comes down to how long this lasts. 1 week, nothing changes. But if this turns out into a year-long standoff, Ontario could see real economic damage, and real estate will not be immune to that either. So if you're a homeowner, buyer, or investor in Ontario, you need to stay informed. I will keep it down for you without the fluff. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming.